I'd like to call this special meeting of the Lammersville Unified Board of Education to order at 5:30. Just a gentle reminder, this meeting is being live streamed and recorded, so if you could please silence or turn off your cell phone at this time, it would be appreciated. Everyone would rise and for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Trustee Boulay. Roll call, please.
Lisa Boulay.
Here.
Colin Clements.
Here.
Benita Daniel.
Here.
Stephanie Olson. Here. David Pombo.
Here.
Devika Vitulani.
Absent.
Item 3, approval and/or corrections to the agenda. In light of recent correspondence received by the district that relates to the subject of tonight's public hearing, I would like to make a motion to move item 5, closed session, to earlier in the agenda. Specifically, I hereby make a motion to move item 5, closed session, so that it occurs before the scheduled public hearing. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
On a motion by President Pombo and seconded by Trustee Olson, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before the board convenes to close session, we will now open the floor for any public comment that members of the public may have on the closed session agenda item, significant exposure to litigation pursuant to paragraph 2 of subdivision D, section 54956.9 of the Government Code. One case, letter from attorney Scott Rafferty attached. Individual speakers shall be allowed 3 minutes to address the board on this matter before the board convenes to closed session. S. Rafferty would like to speak to item 5, which is the closed session item.
Thank you, members of the board. I just want to express concerns that this is a peculiar place in an unusual time to consider moving to trustee areas. You're really quite a small district. I am usually most concerned about much larger districts, but you're also, if the trends hold true, the Asian American community may, in the relatively near future, be a majority of the entire district. And unlike many Asian communities, this is a community that votes. If you're eligible to vote and you're Asian American in this jurisdiction, you vote just as much as white people. So this really isn't something that is clearly in the interests of the Asian American community. I've never pursued a school district, with one exception, which is a very different case, that is anywhere near this size. And the other practitioners who support minority communities across the state, this is pretty unusual based on size alone. And the notion that it needs to get done while there's an old set of goalposts is misplaced. The only thing that's changed is the enforcement mechanism. The standards for setting school board districts, the traditional standards, have been around for quite a while. You were exempted 10 years ago, or not 10 years ago, from the original Fair Maps Act having jurisdiction to enforce those through the courts, through a civil action. But that's because there was a county board. Now, I know the county board in this county really had let New Jerusalem have a bunch of white trustees gerrymander themselves into entrenchment in a very small district. But I don't think they should go there again, and I hope they don't. So I just think you should reach out to the Asian American community and see if this is what they really want. And if it is, you should do it in the normal 4.5-month fashion. And yes, that means that you're going to have to comply with the law. Well, the law is, as you have, it's a very perceptive community. You heard from one of your witnesses that it's in the California Constitution, and it's been recognized for 50 years that school districts were subject to this. And you had another witness who told you that there were patent and pervasive defects in the data, which is also disturbing. So you just can't get this done with any integrity or really purpose by the end of the year. In the rush time frame you have, there's a conflict today, so that's why I'm the only person here. But you should think again. Thank you.
Thank you. We are now adjourned to closed session. Returning to open session at 6:44 p.m. Reporting out from closed session. During closed session, the board voted unanimously on a motion by Trustee Boulay and seconded by Trustee Olson to remove tonight's public hearing from the agenda in order to allow the board and district staff time to give further consideration to recent correspondence received by the district concerning the subject matter of the public hearing. Moving on to our next agenda item, California Voter Rights Act presentation, public hearing. I hereby make a motion to remove this agenda item. Do I have a second?
Second.
On a motion by President Pombo and seconded by Trustee Clements, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Do we need a further motion, or are we good?
Move to adjourn.
We're good. I think what we need to do is motion to adjourn the meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
On a motion by Trustee Clements and seconded by Trustee Boulay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are now adjourned. Thank you.